ashamed of people who support me? Should I be ashamed of them? Tell me. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Um, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why is it only Islam, which is the only faith you are targeting? Why don't you, for example, target the Christian or
That's a
Jewish?
blatant. Well, I'm
What?
sorry, brother. That's a blatant lie. I do criticize all religions. There are several videos I made criticizing every religion that I know of. I made videos criticizing Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Sikhism, but I am a victim of Islam primarily. I get death threats from Muslims, fanatic Muslims who want to kill me in the name of their faith. So, and also, I'm an ex-Muslim preacher. I preach Islam all over the world, and I get hordes of abuses every day. I've been ostracized by my family for living Islam. I lost my family for living Islam. I lost my children for living Islam. I cannot go back to the country I was born in, even for a visit. So, should I not be bothered about Islam rather than Christianity? I have debated Christian priests right inside a church. They didn't want to kill me. So why should I not be criticizing Islam only? I should rather not criticize any other religion because I'm bothered. I'm being hunted by Islamic people. I'm sorry. So why do you want me to be bothered about other religions? Say that again. I mean, can you explain to me why?
All right, all right. Um, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Why don't why don't you criticize those people themselves instead of criticizing the religion, because those people are misguided Muslims. Don't judge Islam by the acts of some
Okay. All right then.
misguided
Well, I will
extremists.
ask you
That's my
rather.
point.
Okay, I will ask you rather. There are plenty of examples and plenty of reasons for me to conclude that these instructions that the instructions they are following, which is prompting them to behave like this. Because in Islam, if you leave Islam, you should be killed. That's his direct words from Muhammad. And if you leave Islam and then criticize this, according to Quran, there's no forgiveness for you. According to Quran, Surah 3, verse 90, have you read Quran? Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I am a
So
Muslim.
if you
I
know
am
the
a Muslim.
Quran,
I know.
okay, if you know the Quran, Surah 3, verse 90, that means chapter 3, verse 90, open it. There is no forgiveness for those who leave and then criticize Islam. And
Yes,
Muhammad said
if you're.
himself, Muhammad says, one who leaves the deen, kill him. This is in Bukhari, clear.
Yes, that's right. But then there are. But that's a very deep topic. It's
Okay,
not a
you tell me that
simple.
you're talking.
You know.
I'm here to discuss the topic like a rational man. I had debate on the issue with famous Islamic scholars, and there are videos to prove that. Even Dr. Umar al-Qadri is a famous scholar. I debated with him on the issue, where, I mean, I proved it beyond question probably, that Islam instructs you to kill the apostates. There was Rida war. Do you know the Rida war?
Yes, yes. I totally understand what you're saying.
Right.
My point is, these instructions by which one who leaves and abolishes his faith is to be killed, um, the only ones that are allowed to do so are the state, the government, not common people, not common Muslims.
Right.
They're not
Do you
allowed.
think
That's my point.
do you think common Muslims would agree with you with what you are saying? Do you think there is any such instruction from Quran or Muhammad himself where he said this instruction should be carried out under the instruction of the Caliph only? Is there anything as such in the Quran or in the Hadiths?
Listen, I'm not a scholar,
Well,
okay,
I'm a
but I
scholar. Talk
know
to
for
me.
sure.
I'm a scholar. Talk to me.
All right, all right, all right. Let me ask you a question.
Go
So,
ahead.
is there any verse in the Quran or anything in the Sunnah or Hadith that says that anyone can go ahead and kill those that leave Islam? Is that what you're saying?
I think what you're missing the point is the Quran is for every Muslim to follow. Surah 5, verse 44. If you do not,
That's true.
if Surah 5, verse 44, it is very clear that you must follow and implement the rules of the Sharia. I'm telling you all this in like plain English. So if the rules of the Sharia are to be followed by every Muslim, so if you're telling me that Quran has to be followed
Yeah.
as per the instructions of the Caliph, that's wrong. It is individual duty as well. The
No, no.
instructions of the Quran
What
and the instructions of the Sunnah are to be followed individually as well.
what I'm trying to say is that not all instructions and not all what is mentioned in the Quran can be done or executed by or followed by each and every Muslim. There are certain stuff. Now, hang on. There are certain stuff in the Quran which you are not responsible for, which only the government can do. For
Give me an
example,
example.
I can give you examples.
Go on.
For example, the relevant example here is killing those who leave Islam. Another example.
Hang on. Don't jump, my friend. Don't jump. Hang on. You said there are instructions about those who leave Islam and about killing them. Do you know whether it is in the Quran or it is in the Hadith? Do you know where it is? Or you are just guessing?
I know that one who leaves Islam should be killed. I know that exists in our religion.
Where?
It exists in the Hadith.
Right. So do you think that
in Arabic?
Do you think that was to be carried out by the state order only? Do you think so? Do you know the background of that Hadith?
Carried out by the state.
Where did you get that from?
It doesn't specify.
Where did you get that from? How did you conclude to that?
No, all right. Can I talk?
Is there any instruction?
Can I answer you?
Go on. Go on, I'm listening.
Yes, hang on. There is, as far as I know, there isn't anything that specifies that only the government or the state can execute those who leave Islam. But that's what our scholars have told us.
There are certain scholars who conclude to that, but there is no basis for that. But also, I will tell you this.
All right.
Why do you think the state, even in an Islamic state, or under the caliphate, the caliphate should be able to authorize killing of ex-Muslims? What is the fault of ex-Muslims to leave Islam that the state should be in a position to order their killing? Why? Do you think that's moral?
I think that's moral, yes, because I'm a Muslim.
Even for argument's sake, imagine that you are in a Muslim majority nation, and the Caliph is going to authorize killing of, say, Mufassir Islam. Do you think that's going to be moral?
Yes, according to my religion, that is moral.
That is moral. Do you think that is moral?
I do think that's moral. That's moral because
under what ground do you think that's moral?
All right. I'll say it. I'll put it this way. Whatever my religion considers as moral, I believe it as moral, regardless of my logic, regardless of the way I think.
Because, my friend, you are not in a position to question the instructions of Allah, because you are following without questioning, and that proves that your religion does not support reason, does not allow you to think. So
no, my religion allows me.
Sorry, let me finish. Yeah. So that's my problem I have. That if you are following a religion which does not allow you to think, then how can you say that is moral? You are saying that moral because your religion has totally made you blind. Totally. It's blinded your understanding. It has taken away reasonable mind from you.
No, that's not true. That's not true. My religion.
You just said whatever your religion tells you, that is moral to you, regardless of whatever. You just said it yourself.
Yes, I said that. That does not indicate that I am a blind follower who does not think.
So why don't you justify to me right now that how killing of ex-Muslims can be justified even under a caliphate?
Yeah, Yeah, you can ask a notable Muslim scholar that question. I'm not in a position to answer
No,
that question
but you are in a
because I'm a
position to follow
common.
it. But you are in a position to say it is moral without even being able to give a logic for it.
Yes,
You
giving a
are.
logic for it. Giving a logic for it is the responsibility of our notable scholars and our notable, you know,
Yeah.
the
So your
the
responsibility is, in a way, to follow it blindly.
not to follow it
No.
blindly, to just to
Are you
follow
not
it. And
responsible for your own soul, according to Islam? Are you not responsible for your own soul?
I am responsible for
Are you not
myself.
responsible to use your akal, your wisdom? Are you not responsible to use your akal or wisdom, according to Islam?
Yes, I am.
So,
I
you
am.
tell me, what is your reasoning to justify that to be moral for ex-Muslims to be killed in a Muslim-ruled country? Tell me.
And I'm telling you, as a common Muslim, that is not my responsibility. That's a
To
totally
explain,
different
your
issue.
responsibility is not, you don't have the responsibility to use your intellect, right? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Listen. What I'm telling you is that I'm supposed to follow the rules given by my prophet, given by my God, without questioning. Even if I've got a question in my mind, I should ask my notable scholars, those that are reliable, those scholars that are professional, and if I've got any question, I can ask them those questions, and they can answer me. But what I'm responsible for
I
is
think
that
you're
I
missing
should
the
follow.
point. You're missing the point. My friend, I think you're
I'm not.
missing the point. Let me
I'm not
explain to
missing the
you
point.
again. Well,
You're asking me.
if
You're
I haven't
asking
made
me that
myself clear,
No, you have made yourself clear. You're saying that I'm responsible as a human being to give you the justification for why for why ex-Muslims should be executed. Is that your question?
mhm, yes,
Is that what? Yes, and I've answered you. I said that's not
yes.
my responsibility.
So that's what I'm. Then that proves my point. Then when you are following Islam, you are not you are exempted from the responsibility of using your rational thinking, because you can pass on that responsibility to your ulama or scholars, right?
Yes,
Right.
I don't.
So that
I
proves
don't.
that only a fringe few of the Muslims are ulama or scholars. So the rest of the Muslims are exempted from the responsibility of using their rational thinking. Their only responsibility they have is to follow it unquestionably. Am I right?
No, you're
No,
wrong.
I'm not.
That's not true.
That's not true.
What's
So
right?
you just said you are not, you don't have to engage your rational thinking. You left that with your ulama or Islamic scholar. Your responsibility as a Muslim is to follow it unquestionably. So that proves
All
the
right.
point. That proves the point that
No.
you
My
you you, you find
responsibility.
it you find it
All right.
morally
All right.
acceptable.
All right.
You find it morally
I think
acceptable
I think I haven't made myself clear.
to make it clear
Let
again.
me rephrase what I said. My responsibility is to follow the rules put by Allah and conveyed to us human beings by His messenger and prophet Muhammad. That's my responsibility to follow those rules,
Without
not
question.
blindly, of course. All right.
Without question.
Hang on. I didn't say I should follow those rules blindly without questioning.
Right.
I said I should follow those rules, and if I've got any question in my mind, anything that's logically that has suddenly logically popped up in my mind, I should ask my scholars. I should not take action. I should not take action based on my based on my logic, because my logic could be wrong.
Okay.
Because hang on. Because religious laws sometimes cannot be understood and cannot be how would I put that? They can't be understood by our limited way of thinking. Do you get my point?
Or analyzed.
Do you get my point?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They can't be.
What is your rationale so far?
Sometimes.
So far, what is your rationale?
Right, hang on. Just can I continue without being interrupted?
Okay, go on.
My point is, we are human beings. Our way of thinking is limited. We think in a limited way. Our minds are have a limited extent in understanding. So we believe that that God created us. God knows what's right and what's wrong. God introduced laws and religious laws for us to act upon, and therefore we should not depend on the way we think, on our minds, on our limited minds, as I've said before, in order to understand those laws. We should, if we've got any questions in mind, we should ask our scholars who are much more informed, who are much more understanding of religious law. That's my point. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I do,
hope
but
I'm
can I answer to that?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Now, I think any individual is responsible for his own actions. So,
Yes.
what I'm not clear about is the fact that what you are concluding is whether you are responsible to use your rational thinking or not. If you are responsible to engage your own rational thinking, then my question is, so far, what are your arguments in support of the justification that ex-Muslims should be killed? What do you have any argument at all to support that? Apart from the fact that it is from Allah, apart from that, do you have any argument? Forget the scholars for a minute. Even to your understanding, is there any rationale, but except the fact that it is from Allah?
Okay. My answer to that question is, as a common Muslim, who's not very informed about religious law and who's not very informed about religion, keeping that in consideration, I don't have any supporting argument for that. I'm being honest in that.
All right, good. Thank you very much. But that proves my point. That vast majority
that proves
my point. That proves my point.
Proves which point?
The point is, Muslims, overwhelming majority of Muslims who are not scholars, are willing to follow the instructions of the Quran unquestionably, even if they don't have the arguments to find any moral ground for those instructions. So you, for an example, is willing to follow the Quranic instructions, even if you don't have any argument to justify those instructions to be moral.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Right. So that's the problem I have. That is the problem I have, because I am someone who believes that I should not be doing anything, even if it is from God, or even if it's from anyone or anything, without engaging my rational thinking, because I believe that I am responsible for every action that I take. That is the difference I have from you.
All right. That's your personal way of thinking. That's
yes,
your
of course. So
personal opinion.
When I'm in a position that someone can kill me because he is not prepared or even willing to engage his rational thinking to justify his actions, that's why I have a problem with Islam.
No, people are not willing to kill you because of that. Muslim people are actually angry and outraged, and they've got outraged by the way you talk about our Prophet. You say he's a paedophile.
He is.
How do you?
He was.
Wait. What gives you the right to talk about our Prophet in that manner and expect us to just sit and be quiet and not?
Okay, I will tell you why.
Hang on. Can I just continue? Hang on. Please. Allow me to continue.
Yes, go on.
What? You are sitting in the UK right now.
Yes.
Talking about our Prophet, insulting our Prophet, calling him. Hang on. Calling him a paedophile. Expect us, and you're expecting us as Muslims to sit and be quiet and do nothing about that, and not say we're coming to kill you and all. Is that? So, are you being serious?
I'll tell you. Let me tell you this. If you think my argument is wrong, as someone living in the UK, are you living in the UK as well?
And I'm not living in the UK at the moment.
Well, you have an English accent. Well, you have an English accent. But
yes,
anyway.
I'm from. All right. All right.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
I'm
Let me tell
from
you
the
this.
UK, but
If
I
you
don't
think,
live in the UK
no, if
anymore.
you think, no, if you think I was wrong, I'm wrong. I am wrong. If you think I'm wrong in saying that, what you could do is give me counter argument and just prove it to me that Mufassal, you were wrong. What is
All right.
keeping you from doing that?
You did not answer my question.
I'm telling
saying
you this. What I
you're
expect you to
saying that
do,
that
listen, if you tell me anything,
you're saying
that if I find it
hang on.
offensive, for example, if you tell me anything and I find it offensive, right? If you tell me anything which I find to be offensive, what I will
Yes.
do is give you an opportunity to clarify your position, put down your arguments, then I will try to counter argue. And if I can prove it to you that you have no basis for that, then my duty is served.
All right.
So you tell me.
You did not
you tell
answer
me,
my question.
No, I
No,
did.
no.
I did.
Answer
I'm telling you right now.